brother, there's an endless road to rediscover.
Okay, so I didn't take any videos yesterday. Yesterday was a rest day in Luray. So we stayed at the Open Arms hostel with Alison. Really good hostel. She does everything she possibly can for hikers. She has changes of clothes so you can wash all your clothes at once, and you know, free open kitchen to cook anything you want, and she has food and that there. So yeah, it's a nice place to stay. So this morning we started out day 43 from Thornton Gap, got dropped off back there. Myself, Pace Car and Chickpea, three of us, we're all going to the same shelter today, which is about 14.7 miles from the Gap. A short day, but the next shelter after that is another 12 miles, I think, and in this weather it's just, yeah, not worth doing. So we'll have that walk to about the same distance tomorrow to do to get down to Front Royale. Miserable day. It's raining. If it's not raining, you're walking in the clouds like we are now, so you're just getting wet anyway by drizzle, and it's a little bit cool, especially when you get anywhere where the wind gets you. Had my first bear encounter this year, and a really close one too. I'm not saying I could have touched the bear, but I wasn't very far away from it. I come around a sharp corner just as it came out of the bush, and I can tell you now the old fight or flight instinct was there, but I just stood there. The bear looked at me, I looked at him. No chance to pull out my camera, one because it was pouring rain, and eventually it just ambled off back in the bush, so I let it go for a while and I kept going. But yeah, pretty close encounter. So yeah, so we're just going to head up to this shelter. I'm about 4 miles from it, so we've done about 10.7. Stopped at the Elkwater Wayside and for lunch. It was an early lunch. It's only 12:30 now, and had a hot dog and a hamburger and chips and a Coke and a Powerade and a milkshake. So I've given my body heaps of food for this afternoon. But yeah, another 4 miles or so to go from here, and we'll be back on the getting out of this rain. That's an overlook up there, which I'm not going to, because as you can probably see, as that truck disappears into the clouds, you're not going to see anything. I'll do another one when I get to the shelter, once I get the shelter. I think Pace Car and Chickpea are both in front of me. So yeah, another 4 miles to go, and that's it for the day. I don't know what's happening. We'll be in Harper's Ferry, I don't know, sometime early next week. It's now Friday here. It's been raining and thunderstorms since Monday, and raining quite heavily up north, further north, and apparently there's a chance there's going to be trail closures from, turn the camera around. There's a chance there's going to be trail closures from anywhere from Harper's Ferry north to New Jersey. That's 400 miles. Apparently there's roads washed away, there's bridges washed away, creeks, rivers are flooding, and lots of blowdowns on the tracks, lots of trees down. So once you get to Harper's Ferry and go to the conservatory there, the Appalachian Trail whatever it's called, the ATC, we'll find out a bit more detailed information. At the moment they've just put out a trail alert for the fact that there may be closures, but apparently, yeah. So this year they've gone from heavy snow and blizzards down south, then into fires, so around Daleville and even Perisburg, I believe, they had fires, and now we're into floods, heavy rain, thunderstorms and floods. So it's certainly been a weird weather year. Well, I don't know. It seems to me it's a weird weather year. That might be normal. Okay, so I'm going to set off again, and I'll do another video. I'm going to get the shelter. Catch you all later. Well, we've left we're leaving right there. I'm in the inside. of the park boundary. I'm on the outside, so I'm on private property now. We only intended to do 14.7, but we got there so early and everyone was feeling so good still. Well, the two of us were, me and oh God, I can't remember his name. Anyway, so we've pushed on. Well, I can tell you now, it's a bloody, it's hard. We're soaking wet. There's some people down there. I hope they're not going to the same shelter. If it's packed out, I don't know what I'm going to do, because I'm exhausted and I really don't want to sleep in a tent tonight, because it is absolutely pouring. And it's late. It's already 20 past 6. So yeah. Anyway, so I've left Shenandoah Park. Tomorrow we'll only have about 4 or 5 miles to go, and we'll be at the hostel that we want to book into. I think we've booked into it now, and then it'll be a narrow day to resupply, wash clothes and whatever before we push on up to Harpers Ferry. So that's it for the day. I'll catch you all later. Okay, so I came in here yesterday after a 28-mile day in the rain. Didn't get here till just on dark. This is Mountain Home Cabin. Okay, so that's where the hikers, or usually the hikers, stay. It used to be the old slave quarters. It's obviously been done up, and there's 2 double beds down there and 4 singles, and quite nice. It's got everything you need. It's nice and cosy, nice and warm. And up in the main house there is room for 3 more hikers, just sort of an overflow. The whole front of the house that you can see there is all being renovated, and it's going to be opened as a B&B in I think Lisa said June or July. So there'll be 3 B&B rooms, all in periods, furniture, etc., because this dates from early 1800s. So this was the original, the front part here you can see was the original house that was here, and it didn't get burnt down during the Civil War, so it's still original. I can't take you in there because all the rooms are closed because workers are working in there. But yeah, so there'll be 3 B&B rooms and a dining room, and obviously some sort of sitting room or a family type room, and then you've got the balcony up the top and the veranda at the front. So that should be really nice. They're still doing a lot of work on it, as you can see, putting in walls, and they've got to finish all this paving that they're putting in. But it should be really nice when it's finished. And Sandra Jeavons, when we come back here for a bit of a holiday, you'll probably want to stay here for sure. But it is nice. Went into Front Royal this morning to pick up a parcel and also have a look around, and it's got a lot of history behind it as well. There's a walking tour there, and this morning today they've got a wine festival in there. So I'm heading in there later with Pace Car if he feels like it, and we might go and taste a few wines. So yeah, that's really good. And Scott, the owner, is a past through hiker. A through hiking ain't it possible. But yeah, you can still see a lot of the old. It's been renovated, added on the back. You can see where the new part was added on. They did tell me when that was. Late 1800s, late 1800s, I think it was added on. But yeah, so we're up there at the moment in one of the rooms up there, because the main thing was booked out by a group today. So yeah, really nice, easy to get to. It's only about 300 metres off the trail, so it was certainly easy to get to. Lovely and green. You can see the mountains. We'll be up there again tomorrow. It's supposed to fine up this afternoon. I'm not holding my breath. And I took a day off because coming down yesterday, we pushed past that first gravel something or other shelter, it was full, and really didn't want to stop and tent in the rain, so we pushed onto the second shoulder, Tom Floyd shoulder, which is at 25 miles. I got there before pace car. He was in front of me, but I did about 2.5 miles yellow blazing after I twisted in a sort of half fall, bloody my hip. So I stopped at the road when we got down Skyline Drive and took a couple of painkillers and some ibuprofen, and then went straight down the road to the next road crossing, then got back on the trail. So I've got an idea I jumped in front of him then. So I got down there at the Tom Floyd and it was absolutely packed. There's a lot of weekend hikers and section hikers. I just made a decision, as I found out this morning, pace car stayed there. I came down when I rang up here to see if I can get a lift in the town, because we'd already checked with them and they were full. She said that had a cancellation, so she could fit me in, so I just came straight up here. It was really easy. Had something to eat, had a shower and got straight to bed. I was shattered. I had so many half falls yesterday and twisting of bloody knees and hips as you try to half fall and try and correct yourself. Then all the creeks, the last 2 creeks were iffy when you're by yourself because they're flooded. One was over my knees, and I'm 6'2", so they've got to be at least over 2 foot deep, and was really flowing. Not something I'd really do normally by myself, but yeah, I just wanted to get here. So anyway, yeah, this is a really nice place. So if you're travelling around Front Royal, the northern part of the Shenandoah National Park, want a place to stay, June, July, the bed and breakfast part's opened. Or if you're a hiker, I could certainly recommend Mountain House Cabin. It's got everything. People are nice. Lisa and Scott are nice. So yeah, really nice. Anyway, I'll leave it there. I've got to go do some work and upload photos and all the rest of the stuff. Update my trail journal. Before heading out tomorrow, I've got 3 days to go to Front Royal. I think it's 53 miles, so I'll probably do it in 2 plus a Nero. And I'm thinking about having a couple of days off there because there's a lot of history around that area. I wouldn't mind having a couple of days off there just to do a bit of travelling around and go on tours and that there. So I think I might do that as long as I can find some reasonable accommodation, because any of the hotels and that are all well over $100 a night, up to $200 something a night. So it's definitely a tourist area. There's a couple of hostels there, but I don't know what their policy is on multi-day stays. But yeah, I'll find that all out when I get up there. Okay, so we'll be off tomorrow, hopefully in fine weather. I'll show you a bit of the last, I think it's about 50 odd miles of Virginia. Hooray, hooray, be out of Virginia. And into West Virginia. And yeah, heading up West Virginia, Maryland we're doing a couple of days, and then into Pennsylvania. Maybe. Still don't know what all the trail closures are. There's been no update on the ATC website yet. So I'll have to wait and see when we get up to Harper's Ferry. They should have all the latest information on whether we've got to do any detours and go around areas or what. Alright, I'll catch you all later.